Thousands of Red Sox fans here cheering Rafael Devers, who lines a bullet.
There's a drive. Jumped on that one. Gallo back and kissing goodbye.
Swinging a drive to right field. Oh, my goodness. Way gone for Rafi.
Deep drive, center field. Watch it go. It is gone.
Beautiful thing. Slam it.
Oh, got to enjoy that.
This kid is special. My goodness.
Welcome, everyone, to MLB Tonight in Studio 3. It's Greg Amsinger with a couple former Red Sox, right? Yeah. Cliff Lloyd, Jake Peavy. They made terrific dollars.
Together.
Right. Yes. Former teammates with the Padres. But, man, this is a special day for Red Sox Nation. They needed this day.
They needed something.
Right?
Yes, they did. Big time.
Oh, this made my day. I'm not going to lie to you. We have a soft spot in our heart for Boston, watching what the fans have went through. We understand, from a fan's perspective, we are now that in the game. So we felt the offseason just as the fans, and we've listened to this. Losing X was something we weren't prepared for. Late night call, he goes to San Diego. This is saving Chaim Bloom's offseason, along with Chris Martin, Kenley Jansen, JT Turner, and Yoshida. Now we've had a good offseason, and you have a figure to build around for 11 years. You're David Ortiz for the next 11 years, as good as a left-handed bat is in the league for the next 11 years. Hats off, Boston.
Just makes so much sense, Greg. It just does when you talk about certain dudes. Going to spring training and talking to Aaron Judge and him not the uncertainty of being somewhere when you're that good. Rafael Devers has done exactly what they needed him or wanted him to do. He got him in great shape. He's gotten better each year. He's done all the things that put him in position to sign this type of deal and be the poster child, to be that guy, to be that franchise player. He is the guy for it because he has done what you do as a mature ball player. And a mature ball player understands his responsibility and accountability. And that's where he's at.
This is the best deal of the winter. This kid's 26 years old. He's a stud in the prime of his career. You're talking about he's only to year 37 if we're looking at it. He's going to grow, and now you have a cornerstone that's healthy that you build around, and you add pieces, and you feel like for the next decade you have this fictional character like David Ortiz was in Boston. I can't express how big this is. You lose Xander. This is Xander's best friend. Helped him come up. He holds all the same values and traits that Xander holds. He's now going to push that through the Boston system.
Jake, look
Huge
at that.
news.
Look at that. 26 years old. Oh. That to me is what stands out. It's like watching him understand the ballpark he plays in 81 home games. Understanding that he's good. Get on the plate and perfect what you're good at. Doing some of the things that you watch him do. It's like, man, you're a grown man. You're a grown man. You're 26. That's what I enjoy watching. When you break him down.
No one saw this coming. No one did.
We did
a segment yesterday. Tom Verducci, who's one of the smartest people in the industry, goes, he's not going to end the year with the Boston Red Sox.
No. Look,
we did the segment yesterday, Jake.
I've been on that same bandwagon. It's been hard to believe in what Boston's doing. And again, I just didn't think there was any way they could let X walk because of what he meant organization-wise, top to bottom. This scratches that itch, man. And I thought that if X walked, certainly Rafi was going to do the same. Aaron Judge betting on himself. Rafi, he's going to do the same. He's 26. And like I said, you got Alvarez in Ohtani. You got Soto, Harper.
Yeah.
This kid is in that discussion every bit as good as he. You're talking about 70 extra base hits last year.
Yeah, but you can turn this around if you're the Red Sox, right? So you talk about 11-year deal. You can turn this around if you're talking about Ohtani. Right? He's going to be a free agent soon. Soto. So if you want to win, Machado. So if you want to win and be relevant in that tough AL East, you can do it pretty quick. And this, to me, is why you sign that deal if you're Rafael Devers, because you're getting some confirmation from them that we're gonna turn this around quickly.
We were just saying yesterday, are the Red Sox operating like a mid-market team? We didn't understand the vision. They were. It was a bunch of plan, no offense to the guys you named.
Absolutely.
Martin and Jansen and Justin Turner, but they were plan B guys. They couldn't get the big fish. This comes out of nowhere. This is the sixth largest contract, not a free agent contract, in Major League Baseball history. It's the largest in franchise history. 11 years, $331 million for Rafael Devers. Chaim Bloom has never orchestrated a deal like this in his career. Does this change the way Red Sox fans view Chaim Bloom immediately by keeping the most coveted player on the roster? Xander Bogaerts, highly decorated, no question about it. The Padres had to overpay to pull him away from his legacy, and they did. This guy is the next legend in Boston. Am I right?
Of course.
Absolutely, you're right.
This better. Look, and I think it should start with John Henry. John Henry needs some apologies for getting booed the other night at that Boston Bruins game. Sam Kennedy, hats off. Chaim Bloom, okay, let's go. You've been saving us some money, and now we've got a superstar to build around. Do some of that Tampa magic around a few superstars. And like you said, I think everything has changed in Boston. And for me, it has changed in a drastic way. I believe that Boston now has a chance to build a competitive team for the next years with what we're looking at in the AL East.
Well, not wholeheartedly has it changed. Because, Boston's tough, right? As we know, as we've seen for a long time.
They had to have this guy in the middle of the line.
I know, but I'm just saying, to Greg's question, they ain't sold yet on Chaim Bloom. You got to make some more deals. I mean, I just believe that when you're talking about, getting beat down by the Yankees, getting beat down by the Orioles who've gotten better. Like, you're talking about the Red Sox, what's your identity? We've never seen the Red Sox go, and we saying plan B. You got.
They're probably still last place team in the division before.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not like they added Devers or keeping Devers, but 11-year contract, $331 million. It alters the way we look at the future of the Red Sox.
That's right.
This kid is as natural of a hitter as we've seen in the big leagues in a long time. Since 2019. That's 3 years ago. That's back when he was 23. Since that point, no one has more extra base hits in the sport than this young man.
Well, he's great. I mean, this is why he get this type of deal. This is why everybody should be super excited about this type of deal. Is what you want to see from the youngsters, from guys who are deserving of a type of deal where you're not going to worry about it. Devers is that guy. I'm just saying, what's the next move for Devers to be happy with this deal? Because this lineup right here, it's a decent one, but is that still last place?
Yeah.
That's last place staring at you right in the face, right?
Well,
and that's why I'm not wholeheartedly sold.
I don't know. We're this Yoshida name at the top of this lineup. I'm excited to see what he brings over across the pond and can do at the big league level. And we've seen some guys come and have some success.
Hey, Jay, come on now. I'm talking about in that tough division. Let's look at this lineup right here. Now, you need Trevor Story to beat Trevor Story of the Rockies. You need JT to beat JT, because JT can pull the ball at the ballpark, and he in fourth in your lineup, but he's how old? JT is on the other side of his career. And rightfully so, he's had a tremendous career. But I'm just talking about lineup-wise, constructing that lineup and putting that lineup against the toughest ones in that division. They sitting around, last place now.
Well, I'm with you, and I said that yesterday. They probably are a last place team with Rafi. There's no difference in what we're sitting here talking about today. But again, this just changes the story and the mojo in Boston. Boston was reeling after losing Alexander Bogaerts.
And to your point, if you want to lure a Shohei Ohtani a year from now, if you want to lure some of the top free agents, you got to have a star on the team already. You can't rebuild with a superstar free agent. They want to win.
Put Soto in this lineup next year with this guy and Yoshida. They have that ability. Boston has that ability, whether they do or not. But for me, as a Boston Red Sox fan, this gives me some peace for the next 10 years. I've got my cornerstone to build around. I don't have to wonder what's going to happen. And I've watched Mookie leave. I've watched the Lesters. I've watched Alexander leave. It was heartbreaking as somebody who cares about that organization. And I'm not trying to be all homer on it. I give an objective opinion.
No, that's good.
This, to me, saves the Boston future and the fan base, and it flips the script. Yes, they've got some big-time work to do in that lineup. They're pitching also. I think they said that they think they're strong in that in depth. They need some help. Chris Sale's going to come back and be better, but they need some things to go right. They're not as bad as we're pointing them out to be, and they're going to be very competitive.
Well, I'm not pointing them out to be bad. I'm just pointing them out to say, if you're talking about, like, where are you looking to be in the standings? This team, for the offseason wise, I mean, I'm not saying you ever boo John Henry. John Henry gave me a really good contract back in the day.
So you wouldn't boo him?
I would never boo him, and I'm saying he spent a lot of money for them to be really good. So it's not about John Henry. I'm saying
he's brought title after title to you.
Jake, I'm saying Chaim Bloom is your question, right?
Yeah.
And I'm saying the people in Boston are like, all right, now Shohei Ohtani should be the guy that they go after, because now you got offense and you got pitching.
Time to celebrate. Red Sox fans, 100%. You need something to smile about, and you got it. It's Rafael Devers, 11 years, $331 million, a massive contract extension